There were three important policy decisions that had to be made during the course of the project. They were the front veranda, the kitchen and the dividing wall in the western room.
You know, we're standing at the front door and get inside. There's a reason why verandas were put on.
But you look at the lettering though, and surely in terms of the significance of the building, that sort of signage and stuff's more important to me than the veranda. And during the course of the project we found out that the veranda was built in the 1890s and was in fact added a long time after the building stopped operating as a hotel or an inn. We felt that it was pretty important to display or to interpret the building as an inn and to make it look like a Georgian building, of which there's very few authentic buildings in Adelaide.
I reckon that looks like an S and an E.
On the front wall, when we removed the galv flashing that went over the whole parapet, we realised that there was some old lettering on the old signage across the parapet. It was pretty easy to work out that it had the name of the pub up there. So we had a very close look with some scalpels and realised that there was actually 3 lots of lettering. They all said Beresford Arms Inn with the publican's name across the front. So we painstakingly scraped back to reveal the oldest of the letters, or the original signage, and decided to repaint that. When we did scrape back and find the original lettering of the original sign, we realized that the publican's name was a little bit wonky. You can see where the sign writer started off with a spacing quite large. When he realized it wasn't going to fit over the door, he started squeezing them together, and in the end the deed wouldn't fit anyway, so he put it outside the box. So we're wondering just how much, if he actually worked at the pub, or maybe he was the publican, or just a regular. When we were doing some of the demolition work in the southeast room, there was a pair of cupboards with blocking off an entrance with a pair of doors hanging on it. A door that was swinging off it, which formed the doorway into the room, was actually half of a French door. So I took it off and I took it over to the front door opening and realized that the hinge marks lined up. And then I did some more calculations, realized it definitely was one half of the original front door. The other half was non-usable, but we used the half that we found and got another leaf made, so that half of the front door is now original, or mostly original, and the other half's new.
The kitchen was a concrete block structure which appeared to have been built in the early 20th century, possibly the 1920s, 1930s. We knew that there was a cellar exit up under that kitchen, and then the Kingston map from 1842 showed a veranda along that section of the wall. So we felt that it was a valid and worthwhile exercise to remove the kitchen to again highlight the earlier appearance of the building as an inn. We knew that the history referred to a long room and a square room in the inn, but we didn't know which was which. So during our investigations, we discovered that the intermediate wall in the western room was in fact added at a later date and had been built directly onto the floorboards. This sort of led us to believe that maybe that was the long room, but we could never establish the timing of the construction of the wall. It was quite complicated in that area of the building because there was evidence that there had been an exterior wall in that same location. And there was also, we found a connecting doorway between the front central room and the back room. So we were never able to establish a construction sequence or adequately understand how those rooms were used. So as a result of that, we decided to leave the intermediate wall in situ.
In the course of the demolition, when we removed the damaged cupboards from the one room, we found some wallpaper dating from probably the mid-19th century, and we decided to conserve that, just stick it back on the wall in place and leave it there as evidence.
We had no historic photographs or drawings of the building, so we had to make some decisions about the appearance based on the evidence we found on site and what we thought would be appropriate. So we really kept it to quite a simple appearance with a simple picket fence around the front and side of the building. It was made to remove the kitchen. We also decided to reinstate the original veranda, which had appeared on the 1842 survey drawing, and to pave that area and create a little courtyard at the back of the building. That veranda, we guessed, was originally built to protect the steps to the cellar to stop water getting into the cellar.